Talking to thanks, John, for putting me up after a cop. Thank you. Bill Hughes. I have been involuntarily incarcerated 5 times in my life. The first time was when I was 5 years old. I stole a candy bar. I was right across the street from Our Lady of Perpetual Help, where I went to 1st grade. The store owner sees my blue blazer, takes me over to the capable hands of Sister Mary Josephine. She was a swordsmith with a 3-foot ruler. Sends me home to my mother, who was pretty good with a wooden spoon besides cooking with it, and got a few more raps from her. And then the holy trinity of Irish Catholic childhood is, wait till your father gets home, you get a 3rd beat. My father comes home, does his job, and then decides to get creative, calls a friend of his at the 68th precinct, and takes me over to 68th, and they throw me in a holding cell. Wow. And if you've never had a holding cell door slam shut behind you, you don't just hear it, you feel it. You feel it, the vibration in the floor, in your chest, but mostly in your psyche. Because you think, I'm an animal. I'm locked up like an animal. I'm not a part of society. Society's out there, I'm in here. And then, you know, I hear my father and his cop laughing. I'm like, wait a minute, I got a TV at home. This is bullshit. You don't go to jail for stealing candy bars. You're gonna treat me like a fucking outlaw? I'll be a fucking outlaw. Fast forward, I'm 12 years old. We moved to Flatbush. I fell in with a bad crowd. And believe me, there's no other kind of crowd to fall in with in Flatbush. And I graduated to breaking into cars. Every car used to have a solid antenna on it. You snap the antenna off, you bend it, you sneak it in the window. Every car door had a mushroomed head on it, good design. Pop it right go in, steal the radios, you get 10, 15 bucks from the junkyards. So, SWAT car pulls up one night, I'm in the car, bang, back I go. Now I'm moving to the 63rd precinct. My father gets called into there, and he has a little chat with some of his buddies, and I'm out. No record. I don't know why. Again, a little bit of policeman's conduct on both ends, you know. Abuse of police power in my behalf, but you know, what am I going to do? 3rd time was a little more serious. I was 16. A guy in my neighborhood was an up-and-coming baseball player, being scouted by the minors. Got mugged, fought back, got stabbed in the thigh, ended his baseball career. So me and a bunch of guys decided we're going to put a brute squad together and exact match. And I'm kind of younger, most of the guys are older. But we go out, 10, 15 of us. First guy we see, guy I know takes a piece of tree branch, whacks the guy in the head. Guy falls off his bike, takes off running. About 10 minutes later, a squad car pulls up and there's a girl hanging out the back window going, that's them, they fucking did it. So we split up in all different directions. Me and 2 guys run down Nostrand area. And a squad car pulls up on the sidewalk in front of us, pins us, we get cuffed, thrown in the back. So 3 of us sit in the back, and I'm the youngest guy, and the older guys are telling me, we went to the movie theater, you want a lawyer, say nothing else. I'm learning a lot here. So we get to the precinct, they separate us, they do the good cop, bad cop thing, they threaten me, they tell me, hey, this guy could die, you can go for murder. Your buddies are in the next room saying, you did it, you better give it up. I went to the movie theater, I want a lawyer. So here's my arrest record from that arrest, my prints. It says assault, felony possession of a weapon, and robbery. The reason I have this is because more police misconduct. One of my buddies, my father's cop buddies, pulled this out of the record. That's property in New York City, but not anymore. Beat all the charges. 4th time I was in Buffalo, city of Buffalo, I bought a Camaro for 500 bucks. Didn't go through the niceties of getting registration or insurance or anything. Got pulled over for broken taillight. Cop throws me in the back seat. He's writing me up a litany of tickets. And he says, you know, she starts, you know, you look at him, kick your ass, boy. And I'm like, well, yeah, why don't you take these cuffs off and take your gun belt off? We'll see who kicks whose ass. Obstructing governmental administration, resisting arrest. Could have been just a bunch of tickets, but, you know, I got else. Spent the night in Buffalo City Jail, went before the judge the next morning. Talked my way into a 6-month conditional discharge, which means, you know, you don't get arrested 6 months and they might be. 5th and final time I got arrested, I was in Brooklyn. I bought a tray bag of marijuana. That was $3 worth of marijuana. Little manila envelopes. They had these apartment buildings in the 7-1 precinct now. And you go and knock on the door and they take the peephole out. You put your money in the peephole and stick the weed. And I'm walking out of the building and there's a rookie cop standing in front of the building. He's like, what are you doing in that building? I was like, I'm buying pot. What do you think? I'm the only white guy. What I didn't know is that the 7-1 at the time was under what they call a precinct condition. There was a lot of corruption going on. A lot of cops had been arrested for taking bribes from drug dealers. So they swept out all the old times and they put all these rookies in. So the rookie gets on his radio, calls for backup. I'm like, the trade bag. So the sergeant shows up, and the sergeant's like, yes, officer, what do you got here? Well, what's the charge, officer? Possession? Well, then you better effect an arrest. So he cuffs me, takes me to the 7-1, throws me in a holding cell. I'm in there with this homeless roofer from North Carolina, who's just muttering, that fucking bitch, man, she's got me locked up, I didn't do shit, man. And then cops come in with this woman, she's like, that's the motherfucker, he stole all my shit. And he's like, fuck you, bitch, that bitch is crazy, she's stabbing me in the back of the neck, but I was eating the pussy one night. This is Friday afternoon. I don't see the judge till Monday fucking night. I went through the whole weekend in the system with this guy. We bounced from precinct to precinct, wound up in the tombs. He comes out first, they let him go. I come up, they let me go. I get outside, he's standing there, he's like, hey man, you wanna hear something funny? I did the shit. I fucking hospital, I put an ad in the paper. I said, you want to buy a refrigerator? You want to buy a toast? I sold all the shit. Hey, by the way, you got a place I can stay tonight? Bam, I took off running downstairs. So, at that point, I kind of realized this outlaw shit's not working out for me. I just got no talent for it. And so I went to college and I got a degree in journalism, and I got the bug for being a reporter. And all my sort of righteous indignation about injustice and corrupt police, I found a channel for it. And sure, my first job, I wound up busting a big police corruption scheme in Patterson. And I'm not saying all cops are bad. You know, I think 10 to 15% of them are really good, 10 to 15% are really bad. It's the ones in the middle who don't round the bad guys. That's the big problem, in my estimation. So then I got out of newspaper reporting, went into teaching. Started freelancing, wrote an article about a guy who did 25 years for a murder he didn't do, which the lawyer picked up and got him out of prison for. And through that process, I met a guy named Jeff Defskovic, who's in the audience tonight. Jeff did 16 years for a murder he didn't do. And when he got out, he started a foundation, much like the Innocence Project, but we take anybody's case because the Innocence Project is very selective, and there just aren't enough people doing that work. And so I do that work now. I volunteer, and now when I walk into a prison and I hear that door slam, I have a real reasonable expectation that I'm going to be out in about an hour. But I tell you, I still feel it right here and there. Thank you.